topic is electric potential and potential difference. So first of all, what is electric potential? So when we're talking about a circuit, a simple circuit, this is a simple circuit. So when the electrons start flowing from this position to this, question is that how and why electrons flow. So why electrons flow? Because according to Newton's law, to change the state of object, for example, electrons firstly at rest, to change their inertia, to make it motion, force is required. Force is required. So from where these forces come? As we know that this is the cell and this is the battery. Cell and battery are the device which provide electrical energy or a force to move an electron. So electrons move due to a force that is produced by a cell or battery. So when we combine a cell or battery to a circuit, so it gets some energy to a battery or cell. So now we understand what is electrical potential. It is the amount of work done to move a unit of charge from reference point to infinity. For example, this is a reference point. We are moving our charge from a reference point to a specific point, and this is known point. That's why it is a specific point. Let me take an example A. So how much work is done to bring this charge from infinity to A? From infinity to A. So this is the electric potential. So it is represented by, denoted by V. The unit of potential is volt, and here we have the formula for this, V equals to W by Q, where W equals to work and the unit for work is joule, that is given by J. Q equals to charge, Q equals to charge, that is represented by coulomb, that is represented in coulomb. So this is a simple V equals to W by Q. So now again we repeat it. What is electrical potential? What is electric potential? It is the amount of work done to move a unit charge from a reference point to specific point. For example, we move this charge from this position to this position. So this is the electric potential. So the amount of energy required to move from a charge from this point to this. This is known as electric potential. So it is meant by V. The formula is V by W by Q. So simple. Now the thing is that what is potential difference? So we start this topic. So now the potential difference. So first of all, we just revise the what is potential. So for example, here is the electron. This is the position A. We need to move this electron from this position to this specific position. This is specific position we have. Specific position. So from here to here, for moving electron from this part to this position, we need some energy. So this energy is represented by W or E. So this energy required to move this charge, Q is represented by, the charge is represented by Q. So this is the potential W by Q, V. This is the potential, how much energy we require to transfer the electron or charge from one position to another. That is the potential. And you know that we need some energy to move the charge from one position to another. So now the potential difference. So potential difference, for example, we have a point A and another point B. We have 2 points A and B. A have a potential VA. VA represent the potential of point A and VB represent the potential of point B. So what is the difference? So the difference between the potential of A and the potential of B, that is the potential difference. It is very simply, we can express it that we have a two container like this. So they are connected like this. So they, if both have, it have that much of water. So it means that that is VA and that is VB, and this is high and that is low. So what will happen? That it transfers the water from this part to this, and this is filled. So after some time, what will happen? Water in both containers become equal. In that case, VA and VB are both are equal. So here VA is greater than VB. In this case, potential difference not equals to 0. In this case, when the both potential are equal, no difference is there, both are equal, then ED equals to 0 because potential of both are equal. So how we can represent potential difference represented by VA minus VB. That is the potential difference. So that is the, again, W by Q. That is the work done by A minus work done by B, that is divided by Q. So PV is equals to 0 when VA equals to VB. When the potential are equal, then the potential difference is 0. It is very simple. So the major difference between the electric potential and potential, we have only one point, one given point, that is known as specific point. Here we have 2 points. So we have 2 point means like A and B. So the potential of A is VA, potential of B is VB. So that is the potential difference. So it is, this is the diagram. For example, the water in this and this like this, what will happen? Potential of A equals to potential of B, so that means potential difference is 0. Why? No flow. No flow of charge. No flow of charge. So here the condition for flow of charge. Condition for flow of charge is either VB is greater than VA. It means the potential of VB is greater than VA, or VA is greater than VB. So in that case, charge can be flow. When the charge flow, it means the potential difference is there. So this is very simple. This is the definition and this is the formula for this. So what is potential? It's the amount of work to change the position of a charge, and the potential difference. The potential difference is defined as the difference between the potential of 2 points, specific points. So that is very simple and easy topic. So in next topic we will study about the numericals of this topic. Now the numericals on this topic. Find the potential of cell which require 15 joule of energy for flow of 3 coulomb of charge. So first of all, the formula for the potential is V equals to W by Q. So first of all, to solve the numerical very simply, just underline the terms we are given. 15 joule, 3 coulomb. Here J, it represents, it is the work, the unit of the work is joule. C, that is coulomb, unit of charge, that is Q. So we have given values W equals to 15 joule, and Q equals to 3 coulomb. Simply the formula V equals to W is 15 and Q, the charge is 3. When we cancel it, it becomes 5. So what is the unit of V? That is volt, V. The answer is 5 volt. So always remember this formula, and the unit is volt for the V, joule and coulomb. So 1 volt equals to joule per coulomb. So this is the remembering point. So this is a simple numerical based on this formula. So the next question is from NCERT in text, page number 202. So the question is, how much energy is given to each coulomb of charge passing through a 6-volt battery? So we have to as the same, each coulomb, and here we have 6 volt. Volt means that is the voltage, that is the difference, potential, that is the potential. So each coulomb is the charge. Each means one single. So simply the formula is V equals to W by Q. We have to found energy. So this is the W equals to E. Work done is equals to energy. So V Q equals to W. So W equals to V. V is 6 and the Q is each coulomb divided 1. That is 1. So W is 6 joule. Simply the answer is 6 joule. The simple numerical of NCERT. So that's the same. So now we're talking about the factors on which V depends. According to this formula, V W by Q, there are two factors. V directly proportional to W, V inversely proportional to 1 by Q. So when Q is increases, V is decreases. When W is increases, V is decreases. So this is a relation, and this is simply a simple formula, that is the V equals to W by Q. So the potential is depend on work done and depend on Q. So sometime we are taking W equals to Q. So W is the work done, E is the energy. We already learned this in the 9th class, and whenever work and energy are equal. So energy and work are similar. That's why we're taking energy and work same here. So now our next topic is component used in electrical circuit. So when we draw a simple circuit like this is the bulb and the wire and a battery. This is ammeter. This is simply a switch here, and here a voltmeter. So this bulb requires some energy to glowing. So this energy is provided by this source of battery, the source of charge battery. So it obstructs the flow of charge. So any appliances, for example refrigerator, bulb, TV, television, everything that is also work like a resistor. So that is the resistor also, and it is represented by symbol this. This is the symbol used for represent the resistance, and that is non-variable, that is fixed. When the amount of resistance is fixed, for example 100 ohm, fixed amount, 500, when a specific fixed amount of resistance is used, then it's said to be represented by this symbol. When we have variable, when we can variate, for example we convert 100 to 150, 200, so when we can change the resistance, that is variable resistance. It is also known as rheostat and variable resistance. So this is one of the most important topic of this chapter. So resistance is the obstruction of flow of current. So they can represent by this symbol. So when we remove this bulb and we draw like this, the circuit is also correct. This is the resistance, not mentioned what type of resistance is there. This is a bulb, this is a resistance, whatever is it, but there is a resistance here. So this is a resistance. So fan, TV, charger, anything, any appliances are resistance. They are just work like a resistance. They obstruct the flow of current. So now the thing is that how they look like. So this is the simply resistance in a laboratory we used. So this is the variable resistance. So when you look over this, there are the readings. So this is the 10,000, 5,000, 2,000, 2,000, 1,000, 500, 200, 200, and these are the readings. So how can we use it? For example, and this is the terminal A and B, and this is connected in the circuit. So this is connected in the circuit. So when you remove, for example, this 50, so it means that it provides the resistance to the circuit of 50 ohm. So when you apply it, the no resistance is applied. All plugs are in the rheostat box, resistance box, this resistance box. So that is the no resistance is there. For example, when we remove this, it means that it provide a resistance of 10,000 ohm. So when you remove this 5,000 plus this 100, that is 5,100. So it is depend on our requirement how much resistance we want. This is the variable resistance. We can variate the values. That's why it is a resistance box. This is variable in nature. So in our circuits, for example, that is used in motherboards, used in electric appliances, this is the resistance, and there is some color band. This is, we will study in the higher classes. This is also a resistance. This is also a resistance. This is the fixed amounts. It also it provide only the fixed amount of resistance in the circuit. This provide a fixed, that is the resistance, and this is the we use in the laboratory, especially in 10th class in the electricity chapter. So we will discuss about it in the next classes about this, how we do experiment with the help of the resistance box, especially in the Ohm's law. So simply this is the resistance box. This is variable in nature and this is fixed. So it is very easy to understand. So next is voltmeter. It is represented by V. Ammeter, it is represented by A, and the galvanometer is represented by Z. So here we see this is the resistance and this is the V. It is connected in parallel to the resistance. It is connected in parallel. So this is just with the resistance, that is a series combination. So this is, it is connected in series. So what is voltmeter? A meter used for measuring voltage. Simply the name voltmeter, voltage. Ammeter, ampere is the unit of current. So ammeter is used for measuring the current. It is connected in series. So voltmeter is a meter used for measuring voltage. Ammeter is a meter used for measuring the current. So the next is galvanometer. What is the difference between galvanometer and ammeter? Ammeter just tell us the magnitude of current. It is just used for deflection only. It can check whether the current is present or not the magnitude. So it tells us about the magnitude and it just presence or absence. So this is simply G for galvanometer. It is not in 10th class. In higher class we will study about this. but in our 10th class, voltmeter and ammeter are there. Ammeter is used for measuring the current, and voltmeter is used for measuring the voltage. It is connected in parallel. This is the most important topic, and there are so many questions from this. It is connected in parallel and it is connected in series. It is mentioned. This is the series connection, and this is the parallel connection. So here we connect it in the parallel. So for example, this is the positive part of the battery, and this is the negative part. So this is the negative of resistance. This is negative to negative, positive to. This is the parallel combination. So let me talk about, this is the negative. So here this is the series combination. So we will study about this circuit and all in the next classes. So now the topic is voltmeter, ammeter and the galvanometer. So the range of the voltmeter is variable. So in our home the voltage is 220 to 230 volt per meter used for it, from 0 to 220 to 40 volt. So the meter is, when we see in the home, for example for the AC, the voltage is like this. This is the reading. The highest reading is near 240, 220 and so on. But in laboratory the reading is 1, 2, 3. So this is the 1, 2, 3. These are simply readings. This is the voltmeter. Only it is better the range. We use in the laboratory of 3 volt, 6 volt, 9 volt. And the ammeter, there are 3 type of ammeter. One is simply ammeter, given by A. Another is microammeter. Another is milliammeter. So this is the ammeter, simply ammeter. This is the micro. This is the symbol used for micro, and this is the milli. So what is this? Micro is 10 to the power minus 6 times of ammeter. It means that when we divide 1 ampere by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 ampere divided by 10 lakh, then is equals to 1 ampere. So here the same, 1 milli, 10 to the power minus 3 ampere. When 1 ampere divided by 1000 of 1000, that is said to be 1 milli. So 1 milliampere equals to 10 to the power minus 3 ampere, and 1 microampere is 10 to the power minus 6. Especially generally these two types of ammeter used in laboratory, because small amount of current. This is a higher amount, because in our household circuit this is used because it is of high range. So in laboratory we use this micro and milli. So whenever you just prepare a circuit, just keep in mind that just look over the readings, look over the types of ammeter you used. So this is very simple. Ammeter of 3 types: simple ammeter, micro and milli. So micro ammeter, 10 to the power minus 6 milli equal to 10 to the power minus 3. In the simple word, 1000 milliampere equals to 1 ampere, because 1000 milli means divide by 1000 is cancelled by this, that is 1 ampere. So as said, this is a simple reading, and so simple. So this is the simply galvanometer we use in the laboratory. So this red for the positive terminal, this is for the negative terminal. So we connect this meter in the series as the same ammeter. So here the reading, you look over the reading when 0, 10, 20, 30. So first look over this reading, and after that, so this is the reading you have there. So this is a simple galvanometer we use in the laboratory. So this is the positive terminal, this is the negative terminal. We connect this meter in the series connection. So this is a meter used for just detect the presence of current. So sometimes it gives the deflection here, and sometimes it gives the deflection here. On that, it is just depend on the connectivity on the basis of positive and negative. So this is simply the galvanometer used for detection. And now next is voltmeter. This is a simply voltmeter. Here the reading is start from 0, that is 1, then that is 2, 4 and 6. The maximum range is 6. The maximum is 6 and this is 2, 4 and 6. This is the voltmeter. So this is the positive terminal, same, this is the negative terminal. So this is the voltmeter. We use this for to detect the, to just find the magnitude of the voltage and the potential in the circuit. We connect this meter in the parallel connection. So the next is this is the ammeter. Simply this is the A means the simply ammeter. For example, in your lab, if this is like this is for example like this, this is a microammeter and it is written over there like this is milli. So there are three type of. So this is a simply ammeter. We look over there. So this is simply ammeter. This is a very high range, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is generally not used in the laboratory. So for the when this is A, when the M is written here, that it is a milli, that is a nu is written here, that is a micro ammeter. So there are three type of ammeter. This is connected in the series. So this is the positive terminal and this is the negative terminal. We will study about how to connect the ammeter and the voltmeter in the next practical class of this chapter. So first of all, how we get to know, so that readings. So this is the first unit and this is 1. So just count the number of division. Just count the number of division are there. The first reading, for example, the first reading is 1 here, and divide the first reading by here the number of division. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 division. So divide it by 10. So what will we get? It is 0.1 ampere. So the 1 unit is equals to 0.1 ampere. So here the 1 unit is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7 and so on, 1. At same 1.1, 1.2. You can find the reading of any meter by using this formula. So the formula is first reading divide by number of division. So use this simple formula. So just you find the first reading. So here are the another symbols. This is a symbol used for cell and this is a symbol used for battery. So simply this is the positive terminal, this is the negative terminal. When we take 2 or more than 2 cells, this is cell. When we take, for example, here the two or more cells, then it's known as battery. This is the simply difference between the cell and the battery. This is the bulb, simply represent the bulb like this. So here it is the LED. So here is the triangle part. This is used for diode, and this is the arrow which indicates the emission. What is emitting here? It is the light. As the name, light emitting diode. This is the diode. This is symbol for emission of light. The light is emitted. That's why known as light emitting diode. And these are the key. This is the key. When the switch, when there is a on switch, this is on. Current is passed. Symbol for current passed. Current passed. This is the off. Situation is the switch open. Switch is open. Switch is removed. So this is the symbol for key. Open and close. Simply. So next, there are so many symbols used in the circuits, but we are in 10th class. Only few are there. 9th wire. A simple wire is done like this. So 10 joint of wire. Joint of wire. Simply, if there is like this means this is the joint of wire. This is the joint of wire. 11. When the representation like this is wire over wire. Wire over wire without joint. Without joint. This is without joint. So So wire is of two types. One is like this and one is like this. So I am representing this two wire like this. This red part indicates the insulated part, and this is non-insulated. So wire is sometimes insulated, sometimes non-insulated wire. This is just conducting part. This is insulated part, or whatever, like of plastic or rubber and whatever is it. The two type of wires. So our next topic is battery or cell. So battery or cell, simply this is a simple battery and of 9 volt. This is also a battery of 9 volt, and this is a cell. It is of 1.5 volt. We generally use this cell in our everyday life in various remotes of. It's generally used in toy car and all. This is used in remote of AC and all. So this is the cell we are using here. So generally in laboratory we use this type of, generally a cell look like this. So this is a Daniell cell. This is a dry cell we used here. It is mentioned here, this is the positive terminal and this is the negative terminal. You have to keep in your mind that just connect the positive terminal here, and this is the negative terminal. This simply cell range of 1.5 volt to 1.7, 1.6, 1.4. It is a chargeable also. We can charge it with a special adapter with this. So these are the battery or cell. So for example, when you connect this cell, for example, this is the positive terminal. This is the positive terminal. This is upward growth. This is the positive terminal, and this is the negative terminal. For example, this is simply positive terminal, and this is when you connect like this. So this is the, here we have negative or positive, here we have negative, then we have positive. So this is the series combination. So 1.5 plus 1.5, that is the equals to 3 volt of potential. So as the same hand, this is the 9 volt and 9 volt, so it become equals to 18 volt. When you connect it reverse like this, so what will happen? So this is the positive to positive, and this is become negative here, and we have negative 1.5 minus 1.5, that is 0. So here the electron flow from here and electron flow from here. So what will happen? Collision of electron. So by which it become heat up due to the heating effect of friction. So the next is bulb and LED. So when we look over the bulb and LED, so main difference that it is light emitting diode. The arm of the LED is, one is longer, one is shorter. As the same example we having this is the LED. When you look over this, one arm is longer, one arm is shorter. As the same another example for the LED, one arm is longer, one arm is shorter. So when the one arm is shorter, one is longer, that is the LED. So the longer is positive and the shorter is negative. Here is any issue of positive and negative. The bulb is both arm are equal. The difference between the LED and the normal bulb. So simply they are represented by this. So now the next is key. So this is the closed and this is the open. So the difference is that, so this is for example, this is the open. When we look over this is the one terminal, this is another terminal. The both ends are connected with wires in a circuit. So this is the plug, as we talking about this. So the both are one-way key. So this is the plug, this is the plug. When you put this in this, so this is the closed, that is a closed one. That means that current is flowing. This is open. This means that switch is on. It means that plug is closed. So when this is open, no current is flowing. This is open switch, and this is closed switch. We generally use this in our physics laboratory. This is the closed one, this is the open one. Sometimes I have two-way key, three-way, but in the 10th class we have only one-way key. We will study about the various circuit. We will discuss about the complete circuit in the further classes. This is the open, this is the closed one, this is the key. When this is like this, when the current is flowing. When this is like this, there is no current is flowing in this. Topic is wire. So in the general laboratory we use this wire. This is the roll of wire, insulated with thread. So a small portion of this wire is look like this. When you remove all the thread part, it just look like this. This is a copper part. So simply I just always use crocodile clip wire because it just reduce the time for the connectivity. The crocodile clip is look like this. This is the wire. It is available in two color, red and black. This is for the negative terminal, and this is the crocodile clip. At the look like the mouth is look like crocodile. That's look like crocodile mouth. That's why known as crocodile clip. So this is the crocodile clip. So this is available in red color also. The red for the positive, and this is for the negative. And this is the plug wire. This is used for connecting the voltmeter, galvanometer, various type of apparatus we use in the physics laboratory. So it is depend on the connectivity. So always I just also prefer to use this wire because this reduce the time taken, because no need to remove the copper insulated wire, plastic part, thread part. That's why. So next is wire over wire. So wire over wire means that there are two type of wire over wire. One is this wire over wire, another is like this. This is the two type of wire over wire. So the one is look like this. When this is the wire, another wire passed over another wire like this. So this wire is passed over this wire without any touching of conducting material. They just thread part only touches. No transfer of charge from one to another wire. Just they are passed over one another without any touching of conducting material. This is the wire over wire, like it is written by look like this.